up? What's up? All right, this is going to be a very deep one. All right, so let me break out for a hot second. Be right back with you. All right, what's up? What's up? As we get this party started, right, quickly. Let me see where this light works. Hold on for a second. All right, here we go. There we go. There we go. So there was a couple of things that I wanted to present. Yeah, I see that I'm going to have somewhat of a problem by using Google. Yeah, I see that. It's Google. It's just straight up Google. Hold. All right, y'all tell me if this is all right. So this is going to be well, I wanted to start off with a few things. Wanted to start off with a few things, right? All right, I wanted to start off with a few things. And oh snap, I think I forgot somebody. All right, there is a woman. I did that I wanted to introduce you all to from TikTok. All right, now this woman is she is part Korean. All right, she is part Korean. and Afro. Her dad was in the military. Okay, her dad was in the military, and so her military, her mom. All right, her dad was in the military. Hold on for a second. All right. So we're going to bring up a couple of dusty things before we get into this. All right. But one of the things that I wanted to start this off with, oh yeah, Leslie from TikTok, right? All right, so let's get to Leslie from TikTok. All right, what's up, Frankie? Zulu, what's up, Captain Marvel? What's up, Dwayne? What's up, David? All right, now for the information that I am presenting tonight, the primary thing that we're going to discuss on here is why there's a reason the BW is so traitorous to the good Afro man. All right, what's up, Terrell? There's a reason for it. All right, because she is operating in cahoots with not they some people say the white man is the devil. That's not, I don't believe that. However, I do believe that the devil, if he was operating in this world, that's what he would be operating at. Not the general population. We're talking about the leadership. Look at the mess that you've seen happen. Look at how they decided that they were going to rule Russia over the entire world. Look at how they was trying to turn the entire world into a corporation whereby they own all the bodies that got the juice. Oh, other people are starting to use my terminology when I came up with Fauci juice, y'all. I was watching another video. Viva Barnes and Viva Fry and Barnes, right? And Viva Fry started using my term, Fauci juice. But anyway, he was cracking up while using it though. But anyway, so when we get into this, hold on for a second. All right. As we get into this, hey, what's up, John Storm? All right, as we get into this, there's a couple of things I want to do, but let me lighten the mood real quick because this was hilarious. This was hilarious. Where's she at? Hold on, what do I have her name under as? Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm looking for the wrong name. All right,
Y'all,
check this
there
out,
is a
y'all.
sign war going on in Alabama. It
Shout
all
out to
started here with our drive through is faster than.
shout out to Alabama. And this is a community, right? This is a community. Community togetherness, right? Pay attention to this. This is hilarious.
Chick-fil-A's. So Chick-fil-A says overflow parking located at Jeff Dennis Jewelers. To which the jeweler replied, gold nuggets are better than chicken nuggets. And then the vet had to get involved. If diamonds are a girl's best friend, she really needs a dog. And then the church chimed in, Jesus is better than chicken or jewelry. And then here comes another pet clinic. Zero clucks given about diamonds.
Wow.
And then the Milo's chain. Milo's chicken, why people cross the road. And then the jeweler chimed back in. Hey, Milo's, take with tea. And then the barbecue came. We don't have the Lord's chicken, but it's my pleasure to serve you on the Lord's day.
Let me freeze that right there. I want y'all to understand that. Even though this is funny, all right? And what makes that funny is that they're calling the Lord's Day Sunday when it's not. It's clearly Saturday, which is the seventh day of the week. And this is lined out in the commandments, right? Now, I laughed at it because it's funny. No, the reason why it's funny is because if you've been to Chick-fil-A, they are not open on Sunday. It's because that guy decided to honor people who are Christians. And I guess because he honors them on Sundays, those who understand it to be on Saturday, he will honor them too. So, all right, that's where that joke comes in.
Public library? We have books about diamonds. Here comes another fast food. Hey, Chick-fil-A, Sundays are for Jesus and Jax. These people are crazy. Captain D's. All this sign beeping seems fishy. Even the damn schools got involved. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. We will accept chicken or diamonds. Hot dog stands. What's tastier than chicken but cheaper than diamonds? All beef hot dogs. And then here comes another church. Man should not live by chicken, diamonds, or tea, but by the word of God. And then here comes another school. We teach kids how to count chickens and carrots. We may be a little crazy, but at least we're entertaining.
And that's the straight truth. All right. And so I thought that was funny. I just wanted to start it off on a little lighter note because this is going to be a heavy video. All right. This is going to be a very heavy video. All right. Now, I want to start you off with this one. All right. And again, some of the stuff that the main thing that I'm going to deal with, if you want it, all right, if you want the notes that I have, or it's in PDF form, all right, just go to my email address. And I think, Zimalu, check your email because I sent you what you requested. But go to my email address and send me your email where you want the information to go to. All right. And I'll just paste it there. All right. So now let me see if this is the right one.
Okay, let's get into this because, girl, I think.
All right. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. And then we're going to contrast what she is saying with something else. And this is going to have something to do with, let me pull the paper up real quick. Because I saved it. Okay, come on. Where did I save it? The Apocrypha, Septuagint. Global patterns of linkage. Global patterns of linkage. All right. This equilibrium in the human genome. That's what we're going to talk about. Global patterns of linkage. Hold on for a second. Me and Brother Dwight was talking about this. Yeah. All right. So myself and Brother Dwight, we were talking about this earlier today, and I let him know that I had the PDF, right? And so and the reason why this PDF, and it's saved to my hard drive. This PDF is saved to my hard drive. So anyone that wants this, it is saved to my hard drive so I can send it to you. As many as desire this form. I was having a conversation with Hazel Wiggins too. I don't know if I mentioned this with him, but this became very significant. This became very significant in all of this, and it explains the onslaught of why the BW No, you didn't get the global patterns of linkage. I sent the other thing that you asked for. Okay? And so basically, now we have adversaries against us as good Afro men. All right? And if you really didn't understand, this woman is going to explain who is from the hood in the United States. Now, I want you to understand something. She will point out how she has a job. She's making money, right? But we want to look at who she decided to give the punana up to, who she decided was going to be her man. Now, you got another significant problem, the complaints. All right, now here we go.
Okay, let's get into this because, girl, I think you completely missed the point of the video. Anytime I bring up the word job, it was like a threat or like an insult to him. When I tell you the whole.
It is an insult If you didn't choose a man that had a job, you can't expect the man that you chose without a job to all of a sudden go out and get one because you tired of taking care of him, which is what you decided to do from your choices of choosing a man without a job. But watch how she tried to berate the guy that she chose that didn't have a job.
Year would be ruined if I bring up the word job, resume, application. Couldn't say those words to him. I got tired of being with a person that literally could watch me physically get up every single day and go put 50 hours a week into my job while he sits at home playing recreational basketball and playing Fortnite all day.
Okay, so let me explain something. She decided to get a man without a job so that she, in her head, could be the example and lead the man as a man leader. She decided she wanted to be the man in the relationship, and now she's complaining when that's not working out too well for her. And nobody's going to want her. We don't even know that's her. Really, because none of that she got on is her natural self. Understand this. In other words, she put on the uniform to get the type of man she got. She gave the attitude to get the type of man she got. And now she's trying to complain online about the choice she made and the man she got that she willfully chose. And I don't even think she has good men in the friend zone.
You know what I'm saying? He was okay with that. Now, it wasn't even the aspect that I need a man to give me his money, because I do not.
Then why you complaining? See, look at this. Look at the gymnastics. Her gymnastic is more complex than Simone Biles on the pommel horse or on the horse, the vault. I mean, look at this.
That's not the point. You're missing it. The point.
No, she ain't missing no point. This is the trifling mess that go on all the time where they choose a man that is the bottom. He's happy there. And the reason why he's happy there is because many females like her that look like her is going to part their feet for a dude like him.
I am a woman, and I am not going to sit here and let a man sit on his ass all day while I am out working.
And yet that's exactly what she chose. She chose exactly what she just now said she is not going to do. We have a word where I come from for that right there. Begins with L, with an L, rhymes with pie. Oh yeah, that's a liar. She's lying. And she probably don't even know she's lying. And this is the sad part. Her mouth is saying one thing, but her actions are saying another. But she's not the only one in this boat. This is indicative of the BWs in the so-called Black community. This is why it is doomed to hell. You can't fix something when the people that broke it don't want it fixed. You can't fix something when the people that broke it don't want it fixed, especially if they commandeer the thing that they want you to fix something they broke, but they don't want to change. All right, she thinks she's spitting facts. She thinks she fire right now. Oh yeah, I'm telling them right now. Yeah, that's right. No cap.
That's why I said he found a girl that is okay with him being jobless and broke by choice. Anytime I bring up, let's get a job, let's do this. Oh, Corona. You had no job before Corona. So let's stop.
So let's stop. All right. Now, compare her, your typical BW, all right? Compare her, your typical BW, with a woman with an Afro father who was fortunate enough. All right, hold on. And Daniel, you bring up a good point. They're choosing men based on female characteristics. Bottom line, they don't want a good man. They've been poisoned by the media and all this stuff, and they poisoned themselves to this. They didn't have to choose that. The media gave them the idea, but they could have said, you know what? I really don't want to be the breadwinner. I really don't want to be the leader because that is not my life. That isn't what I was built for. All right. But they need an excuse and an out to say that the problem is the Afro man when that dude probably that ain't even probably his only woman. Many of these women are choosing guys like that, right? Now, contrast that. I are going to contrast that honesty with this other woman right here. And I meant to put y'all on about this woman right here. Contrast that with this woman right here. And the way she broke this down.
Something your
All
husband
right.
protects you from is your children.
Listen to this.
Something your husband protects you from is your children.
Understand this. So in Genesis, when the Most High said to the woman, and the man does rule over you, there's a reason why he chose the man to rule over the woman. Right? And she's about to break it all the way down. Now, this girl, this woman here, all right, her name is Honesty something on TikTok. Right? I'm gonna put her name in the description box, along with the video of the old guys in the description box.
How many of us have kids that are like 12, 13 years old? They're already twice our size, already twice our strength, and twice our temper. And you can't necessarily control that kid because you just tell them, well, I don't want you to do that thing anymore, or I want you to behave yourself. A lot of these kids out here, they fast. They coming at you like, what you gonna do about it, mom? How you gonna stop me? I'm gonna do whatever I want. Leave me alone. Yeah, that's the scary world that we're living in these days. But your husband protects you from that. He covers you from that because the husband brings authority to the table.
Understand this. Remember, all these women going to church. I'm looking for a man to be a head, be the head over me. They looking for a simp that's going to do what they say. All right, and they want him to be the police officer to police up the child that they had from another man. That's what we don't understand. All right.
And he don't gotta threaten nobody to exert this authority inside the household. Soon as you see that look on dad's face, soon as he raises himself up out the chair, soon as he raises his voice, everybody gets quiet. That's invaluable. Where do you buy that service from? You cannot buy that service. That's not something that, A woman can say, well, I don't need that. I don't need you to help me raise my kids. That's worthless. Are you kidding me? You know how many girls I know that complain to me that their children completely disrespect them left and right, and they don't know how I get my son to actually listen to me. Take out the garbage without giving me a problem, do the dishes without giving me a problem, go run to the store like 5 times a day to run errands for me. No problem, no attitude, no. Every time I ask him for a favor, yo, my kids are on point. And if any of them get even a little bit out of line, if they even sound like they might be trying to get out of line, what? My husband is quick to get on them. Who you talking to? Who you talking to like that? Oh, you better fix your face right now. You better lower your voice. You better go to your room. He don't gotta threaten them.
Ooh, did she break that down or what? Okay. Now, the reason why I wanted to post this up first is this next video I'm about to put up. All right. And this is why I called y'all all here. All right. Hey, what's up? Is that Kelly Gill or Sally Gill? Look at this. I would tell my son one time, my ex-wife, boy, look at here, look at here, look at him. Oh, man. No, that ain't her name. That ain't her name on TikTok. Hold on. I think it's honestly Adonis. Hold on, wait. You might be right, brother. You might be right. All right. All right. And so basically, husband quality, real man, understanding the purpose of the man, covering rulership of the house, the home. All right. And so, hey, what's up, Backwoods Rider? So, hey, what's up, man? Okay. Sunday the 26th. All right, yeah. Okay, so basically, that gets us into this. The meat of this gathering together, right? One of the things that they were really trying to keep hidden from us. All right. This is some of the things they were trying to keep hidden from us. And hidden. We discussed the witchcraft and all of that, right? We discussed them trying to eliminate the Afro man. All right. There's a reason for it. And every time they go and do some research on us looking for a negative result, it comes out opposite of what they were looking for. All right. So please allow me to break this down a little bit. All right. So I have paper. All right, let me just put it up real quick. What's this? Let's see. Let's see if that popped that up. Nope, it sure didn't. So let's get rid of this. There we go. Patterns and link with the this equilibrium in the human genome. All right, this is the PDF form that I have. All right, it is 12 pages long. It is a study that was done with the reviews and everything. They're talking about the recombinations and stuff. So this is, let me see, a 12-page. I don't know how many pages. Yeah. An 11-page document. Of things they found but did not intend to find. Things they found they didn't want us to know about ourselves. All right? All this information in particular was intended to be kept hidden from us. All right? Right. He didn't choose her. She chose him. And since he was getting a DRAWS. All right. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to have these guys, our elders, break it down. These are two doctors. All right. And the link to this discussion with them is 17 minutes. It's going to be in the description box. But I'm going to give you a little piece of it so that you have an understanding as to what is going on. Right? And just save the video to do over and over again. All right, let's see. Hidden data, hidden DNA.
Copy of the front piece with all, and a copy with so maybe you can
Now
take
pay attention to the
that,
beginning of
yeah,
this.
because the inside it was copyrighted.
Dr. Robinson,
Yeah.
why do you think the research was done? Was it to determine the
No,
intellectual difference
they
between
thought
Africans?
they thought it was going to come out differently.
Oh,
So he asked, why did they do this research? And he said that they thought that it was going to come out differently, which is what they usually think. All right, but it didn't. All right, pay attention to why they copywrote this thing. All right, but I was able to. I had this in PDF form, but pay attention.
That's why they copyrighted. You ain't heard nothing about it, have you?
no.
That's why you have it.
That's why you have it. They
So they didn't publish it.
no, they ain't gonna publish it.
Oh, so they copyrighted it to keep it from being
Now you got it.
published.
Now
Y'all got it? They copywrote the study to keep it from being published. I want y'all to understand that. They copyrighted it to keep it from being published.
you got it. Well,
All right, so now let's move ahead to minute. Hold on, how do I move ahead? Oh, that's the volume. There we go. Minute 25, 125.
years ago, my brother and I read a book called The Mark of Oppression. And these two publishers, Cardiner and Oversea, said that they could not understand how is it that a group of people, African Americans, have been bludgeoned over their heads mentally and spiritually for hundreds of years and are still surviving. They couldn't understand.
This is Dr. Edward W. Robinson. So everybody is trying to figure out how it is that we are so resilient. Now, Tucker Carlson covered this on Fox. Now, Tucker Carlson is the last journalist that they have on Fox, which is why he got his own sideshow. All right, because he was too big for them to just control him. But everybody else is under the control of Fox, of the media giant. All right. And so they're giving you the same crap that everybody else is giving you. So don't think Fox isn't, they're just not as bad as CNN only because they're hedging their bets.
Answer came not African Americans survived the worst mental and spiritual bludgeoning of any people in recorded history. But they are becoming champions of everything in which there is a level playing field. No matter what it is, we predominate in every field. This is why they won't teach our children African history, because they know that once our children get on the same level playing field as their white counterparts, that they will dominate just like we dominate in basketball, baseball, football, track and field, and anything else in which there is a level playing field. So that while they teach their children about the greatness of their European ancestors,
Okay. So now you understand the question. And in particular, in particular, their thing was against the Afro male. All right. Because in almost every instance, they were able to co opt the BW against the Afro male. We've always had more than just the system working against us. Understand this. All right. We've always had not only the system, but they always co opt the BW in mass, and they get a few so called leaders that they appoint and put in charge, or they have the perfect name for them that they're calling them now, influencers. Influencers, right? They're calling them influencers. So that's what we got going on now. Influencers. And what is their role? Their role is to keep us on the plantation. The BW do it from the home, rob us of knowledge of self. So what happens in the average Afro home in America, the BW robs the male of knowledge while promoting the Caucasian knowledge to the female. She tells the female to go to college, get this degree, and get a job and be like the man, like that first woman. I'm out working 50 hours a day and I don't need no man. Then why you got a man with no job in the house if you don't need a man? That's why I put that first. All right. But many of the Afro men, the majority of us, we are not that dude that sit up in the house. Most of us work. Most of us have always worked. All right. Our unemployment rate has never been above 51%. It's bad when it's 20%. But generally speaking, at least 80% of Afro men had always maintained a living. But how do they do this? How do they excel despite all of this? Hey, what's up, CJ? All right. How do we do this despite all of this? They're about to break this down.
Because then that would be level players in academia. And they know that we will predominate all of these examples we've given them that our children. As an organization is called the American Association of Science. The American Association for the Advancement of Science. Now, this organization is composed of people who study about DNA and the genome. And you've been reading about the DNA genomes. Well, this group of scientists came upon an idea by accident at first.
Pay attention.
Different groups of people had different numbers of DNA series. Now, a DNA series means that when your DNA is located and say they get a hair from your head and they subject it to certain tests, they say, well, this is the DNA of Minister Brown, and yours is different from everybody else in the world, all right? Then they found further that not only are their DNA series different, but the number of DNAs in there are different in different groups. Whites have a different number of DNA, and blacks have a different number of DNA series. Apes have a different number of DNA series.
All right. Oh, this is juicy. Remember, I kept saying that white men are dominant recessive. They're big R, big R. They're recessive. White women are dominant. They're recessive. They're little r, right? Black women, they are big D, little d, but because the Caucasian man is big R, he's going to override the big D, little d. The BW will override the Caucasian woman's little r, because she's big D. So she's going to be dominant. The males are always, their genome is always dominant over the females, right? But because the Afro woman whose genealogies primarily consist of Afro women, Afro men, she's going to be big D, little d, unless there's a Caucasian man in there, and then her genes are going to be a little weaker. All right. But they won't be as strong as the Caucasian male. So that when they have a baby, all right, she don't get the dominant material from the Caucasian male because he don't have it. And his recessive traits will dominate in that baby because he's dominantly recessive because he's a male. That works different for the Afro male because we're big D, big D. No pun intended, y'all. All right. We have the most dominant genetics. So no matter who we get with, we're not taking away from, we're adding to them. They said it is said that if you wiped out all the races on Earth, the one group pairing that would be able to bring back everybody would be the Afro male and the Oriental woman. All right. You can't do that with anybody else. That means the myth that these women can't keep making, that everything comes from them, all races came from them. No. 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 It might have come through them, but it didn't come from them. All right. Because the only pairing that could get together, DNA speaking, genetically speaking, and reproduce all the races that we have right now is the Afro male who's dominant, and the Oriental woman. With that said, let's make sense.
Then they found this amazing, that the DNA series, the smarter the person, the group is, the greater the probability of genius within that group.
The greater number of series, the greater probability of genius within that group.
So they tested the orangutans, these 15 geneticists from around the world. Now, these geneticists came from 9 different universities. And we have here on the cover of the pamphlet they put out the names of these geneticists. And you can see them right there, right beneath.
Let me freeze this right here. All right, let me go back.
And you can see right there, right beneath.
There we go. Right, all right, there's some of them.
The title of this pamphlet. Now, this pamphlet, most people have no idea.
That was a good shot.
What it means. But breaking it down.
There we go. So you can see all the names there. Tancroft, Dietrich, Speed. Paxis, Pastis, Kid, Chung, Bani Tamir, Sancharia, Benicsetti, Benarasetti, Moral, Krieg, Pablo, Watson, Fitch, Jenkins. Watson did a lot of work with DNA.
And after you study it and have it explained to you by a geneticist, a trained geneticist, you will find that they're talking about DNA series. Now, here are the names of these 15 geneticists from around the world: University of Japan, University of China. Yale University is the headquarters of this organization called the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And you see it down there. Now, this was
So I have this in PDF form, as y'all saw. That was a PDF that you were looking at. So if you want a copy of that, just email me. And y'all know, for you new people, I do this a lot. So if you want a copy of things that I have in PDF form, you're not required to pay me a damn thing. This is all about educating us, right? Just email me. You do have to email me though. Don't. My email is in the description box right below my PayPal me and my Cash app. So that's the email. So you have to do a little work. Go to the email in the description box. Is right below my PayPal me and my Cash app, which you don't have to donate. And if you want to donate to me, I request that you make sure you have taken care of your family and self first. And if you have abundance, but you don't ever have to donate for these things. Just ask for it, because I'm all about us being educated. Not that school educated. We're talking about the crap that they've been trying to keep from us men. Not only the Caucasian people, but the BW too. Notice y'all don't see too many BWs outside of Bertha and stuff like that. Y'all don't see too many of them on my, hey, thank you, whoever that was. Y'all don't see too many BWs in our feed. It's mostly us men. And that's because we are the one that target the most by our own for destruction. And they have simps and minions that help them destroy the good. And we've been targeted by the system. Now, here's the irony. You got many Caucasian people in the system that understand this, like a Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, you would never think in 1,000 years would come on live on Fox and say, yes, there's something about the intelligence of the Afro man, and it is based on his on melanin. And guess who has the most of it? The dark Afro man here in America. These are some of the most intelligent people that Tucker Carlson. All right. And so I'm telling y'all, pay attention. Not every Caucasian person is an enemy. All right. Some of them use their platform, like you see on TikTok. There's a lot of Caucasian brethren, let's say on TikTok, that's upset about what they didn't know about us as Afro people. Genetically speaking, the things that we have done, what they weren't taught in school. And if one thing this COVID thing did, this Sharona, so I'm gonna use Viva Fry stuff since he's using mine. Thanks, Dave. And whoever the other person was, one of the things the Sharona has done, it's woken people up and showed them that we all need to start working together to combat people that want to destroy human beings. Hey, what's up, Pay Welding? What's up, 180 on the rise? Okay, period. So if y'all want this, my email, y'all have to go down, look into this, look in the description box, get the email, and email me. All right.
What it said is this, and this is the mind-blowing part. It said that when they tested the orangutan, they found out he only had 3 DNA series. When they tested the gorilla, they found that the gorilla has 4 DNA series because he's a little smarter than the orangutan. They tested the chimpanzee, which is an ape, and found that he had 5 DNA series. Then went into they went all into the different races of the world. They went into Europe and tested the DNA series of the English, the French, the German, the Spanish, the Russians. They had 6 DNA. Then they all this they found from around the world on a map. And this map is called the intelligence map of the world because they test 16 different human groups and found their DNA series numbers. All of them, all over the world, have 6. And they put the numbers in form of a little flag that you can see on this map. These little flags have a color. And they show, oh, this is upside down.
Oh, snap.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And they showed that the English have only 6,
Hey,
and
Zimmerlu,
all
erase that
into
last. Hold
Europe
on.
only.
Hey, Zimmerlu, please erase that last thing I just sent you. I sent you the wrong thing. That's the wrong email. Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it a different way. All right. So everybody has 6, right? So I'm gonna go back since I was all loud and stuff. All right, pay attention.
Flag that you can see on this map. These little flags have a color. And they show, oh, this is upside down. I'm sorry. Yeah. And they show that the English have only 6, and all into Europe, only 6. Went over into Japan and China, and they only have 6. Over into America, which is predominantly European, and they only have 6. Then they came to Africa, and they came to the part of Africa. Now, all the rest of them, they put in little flag colors. Those flag colors are orange, red, if you notice. But when they came to Africa, found out that the African people have 9 DNA series from here just below the Shanghai Empire down to the foot of Africa. All those 10 nations, of which African Americans descended from one of them. We have 9 DNA series, the greatest possibility of genius it's answered this age-old question: how can a people survive being told they're nothing for 400 years, never allowed to learn that they came from beautiful cities, and told they came from a jungle? How could a people survive? How can a people become champions in everything they touch? Because they have 9 DNA series, while the rest of the world has only 6. This is why they copyrighted this. And you'll notice on the outside of this, now this map is taken, I took this map right from this page here, and I blew it up so that the world could see it. Even though this is copyrighted, I can't let you have this book because it's copyrighted. The title of the book is called Global Patterns of Linkage, Disequilibrium at the CD4 Locus and Modern Human Origins.
Okay. All right, no problem, Celie. All right. Okay. So there you have it. Hey, thank you, David. Thank you to everybody, because that's unexpected. Let me see, who is this? Hey, whoever sent me the Cash App, I can't see the name right now. Hold on. Maybe it'll show me. Thank you. Hold on, let me see how they do this. Hey, thank you, Frankie. Thank you. And for the people, so did the ones that I just sent them to 2 people. Okay. All right. So that document explains us. Now, there's a whole lot more to that. All right. And I don't care when you decide to go look at it. I don't care if you leave my live stream to go educate yourself by something else that the elders are telling. All right. It's in the description box. The link is the very last one in the description box, the YouTube link. All right. Listen to them, brothers. All right. One of the things is I ask y'all to share my and subscribe to. All right. All right. I think 9 is the thing, and we're not going to go to Jacob and all that because we're father. All right. I'm going all the way back, and we're talking about the Afro peoples, the melanated people. It is in our melanin. All right. And that's one of the things that was being discussed. It was in our melanin. Those of us that are very, very darkly melanated, it is in our melanin. Now, we don't know how much of that is taken away when you have a Caucasian male, because here's the thing. When we talk about this thing right here, we are talking about the male dominant gene or the dominant recessive trait. All right. So anybody that gets with an Afro man is going to get that because we are dominant. You see what I'm saying? And so basically, this is how we do it. Our genes dominate over because we're the males. We're DD. We're big D, big D. So big D is going to dominate any other group that we can produce children with, right? From the BW all the way down. All right. So the BW has melanin that she is going to give to, that the baby is going to have from her, but the dominant trait of any other male is going to trump that, to include the dominant traits of the Afro male, the Chinese male, no matter who it is, the dominant trait of whatever male that any woman get with is going to trump her genetic material because we're males. Never been about them. When the Most High told us not to get with certain groups of people, it was because of witchcraft. And people who would take us away. Y'all saw the scriptures I gave. Supposed to, now everybody, it doesn't say don't mess with. It's just that all the 8 groups, there's like 8 groups. They're all black people. And what did they have in common? They were closely related to doing the things that the Nephilim or the Watchers taught them, and they sacrificed their children. This was the main thing that the Most High was trying to keep us away from, is groups of people that sacrificed their children. All right. Now, when we understand Abraham, all right, this was the lesson that the Most High teach Abraham. One moment. The Most High never really required sacrifice, but he gave us animals to sacrifice. And when you look at them, how we sacrifice them, we give it to the priest. The priest eats the meat. So it's a sacrifice because you give something that you can't sell so that other people can survive, the priest. All right. And so that was our thing, because it was hard for him to wean us away from killing something to please a God. Our Most High was different in that to please him, it was based on how we treated each other, not what we could do for him. Remember, he said, we treat the least. That's how he's going to deal with us. So when we talk about Abraham, all right, when we talk about Abraham and his sacrifice, he wasn't, a lot of people, these people here that so want to sacrifice children so much, they misunderstand the sacrifice of why the Most High took Abraham to do off to sacrifice his son. The Most High took Abraham off to sacrifice his son because the Most High knew that Abraham would do it. But he wanted Abraham to understand that he would do it. Right? Most I wanted to show Abraham how he fulfilled God and the customs of his father. Remember, Abraham left home to leave the God of his father. They were sacrificing children to these gods. Oh, come on now. All right. Sacrifice to these gods. Now, in the midst of all of this, right? In the midst of all of this, what we have is that there is an attack on us. And one of the things that they wanted to do, especially with this last rollout, is they wanted to change our spiritual composition and our physical position, whereby we wouldn't be human beings anymore and we wouldn't be a spiritual person anymore. Okay? And so what happens is that people miss these stories. People don't, hey, what's up, Rhonda Lee? People don't understand what was really going on. All right. So, all in scripture, the Most High says he cannot stand human sacrifices. He calls human sacrifice an abomination. Understand this. He calls human sacrifice an abomination. And many, and it's of the BWs have engaged in human sacrifice. You see that a lot of them are part of these covenants and witchcraft. That's what we're supposed to leave alone. All right. And so why is, when I put up the thing, breaking the science, and it shows that most of the children that are being aborted by BWs are Afro males to 60%. Most 70.8% of children are dying at the hands of the mother and a man outside of the father in the home of the mother of the BW. 70 or 80% of the children who are not dying, but 70.8% of children who are killed through domestic violence are killed by the mother. Only 29% by the father. So that's almost 71%. That is 71%. 71% of the children that are killed in domestic violence is by the mother. All right, I want you to understand that. 71% of children who are abused by the mother. And the man, another man, or whoever's in the house that is not the father. All right. We are turning out the least educated children. So here's a story. We're turning out the least educated children because it's the BW that don't want the children educated. All right, so let me explain this. Y'all remember, some of y'all remember Some of y'all been with me long enough to know what it was when I was raising my nieces and I was homeschooling them. The people that came against me the hardest about homeschooling my nieces were BWs from the church, the family, everything. It was difficult to educate them because instead of getting help from the BW, I got nothing but blowback. Now, in the time that I homeschooled them, not only did I catch them up to their regular grade, because when they came to me, they were always behind until I started homeschooling them. By the time I got done homeschooling them, I caught one up to her grade, and I got one past the grade she was supposed to be in, but she wanted to be in the lower grade so she could be with her friends. So I was like, when they went back to public school, these BWs are engaged. That's right, Daniel. They're engaged in witchcraft against Afro men. And there are so many engaged in this. So it just behooves us to just leave them alone until we know it's a sister. Like them sisters like a Bertha Huff, like a Charlotte, like a Marathon. Okay. But there's not too many of those left. All right. Here's the thing. And so, oh, hell yeah, especially black women from the church. Now, here's the thing. My biggest adversaries have always come out of the church because the church conditions you to belong to the pastor and follow what the pastor says because he rules over you. Understand this. When they put out all these presidential things, the main people that was telling their people to go out and get the juice were pastors, is as far as the black church. But the pastors in the Caucasian church was like, no, that's a God. So how is it that the pastors of the Caucasian church seem to understand God better and what the Most High had created better than the pastors in the black church? Because the pastors in the black church were never about God. They were about keeping us docile and in control, so that we would keep voting Democrat no matter what the Democrats did to us, how many N-words they called us, or how many times, like the current president, they call our children roaches. It would be okay. But oh, Lord, help us. If a dude actually helped us that got into office and he wasn't a Democrat. All right. And so this is the thing. And so now I played it yesterday. That's the list. I played it yesterday. Yeah, we covered that in detail yesterday, man. Okay, so basically, yes, they are sellouts. Do you know that the church is in $1 billion a year industry? $1 billion a year industry. Hold on for a second. All right. It's $1 billion a year industry. So I want y'all to pay attention. All right. It's $1 billion a year industry, the charge. All right. Who's this from PayPal? Hey, what's up? Essential Investment Group, LLC. Thank you, whoever that. Oh, what's up, CJ? Thanks, man. Okay. So this is basically what's going on. All right. That one of the things is that they couldn't just say, we're not going to educate you, all right, so that you can remain dumb. We never needed their education to make things, to do things. The cotton, we only needed their education to run around in their groups. But outside of that, try to make things, to fix problems, we didn't need their education. Nereus Green, Jack Daniels, wrong name on the stuff, but what they did was they stole a lot of our inventions and put their names on it. All right. So basically, they understood that they were going to have to go to war to keep us stupid as Afro men. And they couldn't do it alone. They needed an ally. And the BWs decided to be that ally. Most of the Afro community, most of us as most of the children that were aborted, 60% were male. So I want you to understand, 60% of the abortions were Afro male. They depleted us, our numbers. They miseducated us or kept us from education of self. Understand this. Oh, yeah, yeah. And it wasn't just the peanut butter. He created over 300 uses for the peanut, one of which is to replenish the ground with nutrients. Understand this. We are creative. That's why everybody likes us so much when we leave the United States. We are creators. We're creators, creative, and problem solvers. The Afro man, the Caucasian man is good at stealing from other people's ideas. They'll learn, co-opt it, steal it, and then call it their own. Think about rock and roll. Afro people invented that. Hey, the banjo. Do you know that the banjo is an African instrument? The average child would not know that today that the banjo its origins is an African Kemet Ethiopian instrument? The banjo. You wouldn't know it because you think it's country and only country. Caucasian people are the only people you see play it. We're quick to diss our artists, our artists, and we take what the Caucasians give us. We throw Earth, Wind, and Fire away. We don't want to hear that anymore. Why don't we want to hear Earth, Wind, and Fire anymore? Because basically it isn't what the BWs want to hear. The people that made all the trashy hip hop popular was not the Afro male. We're in the minority and we don't have money like that because our money goes to the BW through child support and other extortion mechanisms. But it's the BW who have us outnumbered that was buying up all that stuff. And as soon as they hear the B word, they hop onto the phone. Flora talking about some, hey, that's my song. Understand that. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All these other people that are trashy are popular because the Caucasians that on the system that put the stuff before us understand that the people that run the Afro house is the BW. So they put the music that she's going to want to hear because she don't mind diminishing the education level of her children and putting that bad stuff in the spirit of the child. We've seen them give the children drugs on Facebook, on YouTube. We've seen them teach their little girls to twerk on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And they said, oh, that's so cute. All right. Yes, they control the music industry. They did not destroy those brothers' career. We did. Afro people destroyed the careers of Afro people. Because if we gave them the level of respect that was due to them, they could still have a bit of a career. They might not make records that white people will buy, but do shows that people will come and see. In Houston, they have this thing called the Arena Theater, right? And every time Mint Condition come to the Arena Theater, I go see them. Because I like live music like that. All right? But you know who has to do 2 shows? Erykah Badu. Do you know why? Because the BWs love Erykah Badu because she one of them. And they'll go see her in droves. All right? So basically, we could keep stuff alive. Hey, what's up, Texas Marine? If you didn't catch the first part of it, there's patterns of linkage, disequilibrium in the human genome. Right? It's a PDF. I have that available. I have that available for those that want that PDF. Let me see how. Man, this depends on how you see. They seen the picture of this. You missed that whole video, bruh. Yeah, you missed the whole video. All right. Hey, y'all, the video where I had the woman talking about witchcraft, was that yesterday or day before? Somebody help me out real quick. Let me look it up real quick. I'm gonna find it, Frankie, and I'll send you the link to the live I did. Uh-oh, somebody was smoking in the building. All right, let me do this real quick. That video was yesterday. No, day before yesterday. Okay, Frankie, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. That video was day before yesterday. Here's the link right here. All right, there's the link right there. So day before yesterday, that's when I sent it. I mean, that's when I did the video. Okay, yeah, that was day before yesterday. A Texas Marine, go to my email and send me a message so that I can send it to you. Hold on, Frank. Where did you send it?
Why is nobody talking?
Something your husband.
Let me see something. Oh, okay. Hold on for a second. Okay, he's talking about a new one, y'all. He's talking about a new one. All right, so, brethren, all right, hold on for a second. Hey, Frankie, where did you get this one from? Oh, this is somebody else's video. Oh, this is something I did a while back, man. I covered all this already. Yeah, I covered all that already a while back. I covered that when that's on my other channel. All right, that's on my other channel. All right. Yeah, that's somebody else's video that they made about my first video I did. All those pictures in that video, I've been covered that. As a matter of fact, it looked like they took that information of a. Oh, well, I covered that because I have the ladies that's sitting in a chair with them funny hats on. I have that on video. I have their video and the news thing of that. I know, but you got the pictures from Google. I'll have to find the name of the video. But I'm looking here. Yeah, now that one, we discussed on the video day before yesterday, and then all the rest of the pictures that you have in there, in detail. If you just reluctantnabi witch, I forgot the name I used for them. All right, and so basically, yeah, dude, it's interfering with what I'm talking about right now because I covered that when we're talking about the genomes and stuff like that right now. All right, that's sidetracking me from what this video is about. We covered that day before yesterday in the video link I just sent you. And so we have that lady talking first, and then all the rest of the stuff. Uh-huh. Um, I've been using okay. I'm gonna the my videos. Hold on. Odyssey. Okay. So I'm on Odyssey. Odyssee. Okay. So I'm gonna get to see. Okay. Let me do this real quick. All right. Odyssee. Reluctant Nabi. All right. So all my videos. All right. Let me get this out real quick. Odyssee. My videos. This is going to be a minute. Okay, and let's see. So, okay, Texas Marine, and who was the other one? And JW. All right, you should have a copy of that PDF. All right, and so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna send you a link to my channel on Odyssey. Now, here's the beauty of it. Odyssey is going to have most of the videos. Odyssey is going to have most of the videos that I have put up. Okay, and so as it pops up, because stuff is moving kind of slow. Okay, as it pops up, all right, dang. Sign out of here. Okay, here we go. Bam. Now we're cooking with my channel. All right. Okay, here we go. This is my channel on Odyssey. All right. And so in all these conversations that we're having, the key takeaway is this, that we're supposed to watch any type of women we would talk to. Why? Because we're trying to stay away from witchcraft or any woman that would draw us away from our spiritual nature that we are. Okay, that's the key here. And the race of the woman don't matter. It's just that you're going to be better off as an Afro man with spirituality that's a leader. You're going to be better off with somebody that's not trying to fight you for supremacy, that's going to see you as the protector, that's going to see you as the ruler of the house, and that's going to support that. And it's difficult to find that in an American woman, but it's more so if you're an Afro man in the so-called Black community to find that. All right, it is, extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult. And so, all my videos are on this channel right here. All right, and let me find the ones that when we look at all these videos, when we look at all these videos, oh, I did a lot. Hold on, let me see. Because this goes way back. This goes way, way back. And so basically, we have to concentrate. We have to concentrate on who is going to be for us. Period. There's no more looking for a type. There's no one more looking for a type of woman. We're going to have to look to who is going to be there for us. And basically, if you go look on Odyssey, wow. Okay. If you go look on Odyssey, you'll find a lot of my videos there. You'll find almost every video that I've done there. All right. Even way back old ones. All right. So if you want to go check out some of my videos and just type in the subject matter, and you'll probably find it. A couple of years back, when they was like taking channels down, it was called Library, LBRY. It changed to Odyssey, and each time I uploaded a video, my videos ended up on there. And so I connected them with my name. That's why I keep the name no matter how much they take the channels down. All right. And so because of it, you're right. Almost my entire library is up here. All right. And almost my entire library, whether YouTube tried to take it down or not. So even the videos that YouTube took down, even the videos the YouTube took down, they're up here. And I'm trying to look here and see how far back they go. All right, so they at least go back the stuff I did last year. Okay. Yeah, with Malia being arrested twice. Let's see. So yeah, you'll find a lot of my videos there. I don't even know how many. Yeah, back 2 years ago. Wow, this thing goes back. So basically, if you want to find out, if you want to go look, you'll find all my stuff up there that I've done for the last maybe up to 5 years. I don't know. The one with Machine Gun Kelly. Wow. Yeah. So my stuff is going way back. So with that said, everybody, I gotta finish up packing. All right, I gotta finish up packing. So with that said, for all of you that donated, remember, make sure you took care of your stuff first. All right. But for all you that donated, thank you. For all of you that missed the first part of this, okay, that missed the first part of this, in the description box, there is the old cats talking. I love listening to the elders talk. So I'll probably be going back listening to them again. But in the description box, if you look down at the bottom, you'll see the YouTube link to the brothers that were, and so in detail they were explaining, because they're doctors too. They were explaining their experience of what they knew of them people and why they did the study. See, when they was looking up to find out about the fatherhood, the Afro man and fatherhood, they was expecting us to be at the bottom. That, well, they're not really good fathers, but shockingly, right? Shockingly, it turned out that the Afro man was the more involved fathers when compared to the Caucasian and the Hispanic. All right, they weren't expecting that. When a lot of people go in and do these studies about the Afro man, we come out smelling like a rose, and they weren't expecting that. Because when they go in and do these studies, find out that it's basically the BWs who's been killing the children, who's been abusing the children. It's been the Afro men that's been involved, that's been taking care of the children, right? It's been us that's been working hard and sacrificing for the community, but the community didn't want us, so we're no longer sacrificing for the BW because we ain't the ones with them, right? But for those of us that had responsibility, we've taken care of them. It was us that was the best place for a child to be. See, they weren't expecting to find that when they did these studies, just like this one. So when you look at people's reasonings for doing these studies, oh, they think, oh, we're gonna do these studies and show you how jacked up the Afro man is, and then they do the study, be like, oh snap, they aren't really jacked up. Oh man, who's been lying on them like this? I don't think so. Hold on for a second. I can get you an immediate answer. And no, I can't because it's too late. Hold on. Hey, brother, is there a vaccine mandate in Brazil? If he's up, if my homeboy is up, I can get the answer for you in a minute. So as they were doing all these studies, right? Hold on. Is there any vaccine mandates in Brazil? Um, the Brazilian courts are not going to enforce it. All right. So basically, all of Brazil walked out. Hold on for a second. Okay, let me do this real quick. All of Brazil walked out. And their president, President Bolsonaro, okay, he is pushing the no, he's not mandating anything. All right, but the governors, especially of Rio, especially in Rio. All right, so let me tell you this real quick. So this is kind of what's going on in Brazil. This is Brazil right here. All right. So they ain't having it there. All right. So basically, they're trying to get him out of there for a pro U.S. Corporation. All right, and our news media is trying to make the good guy Bolsonaro look like a bad guy. All right, so hold on, let me do this. So Brazil had their independence, and you can see it on TikTok. Selma was there. That's how I knew about it. And so I am telling you here. I am telling you here. News is going to make it look like the people are against Bolsonaro, but they're not. Basically, they're against. All right, here. Wow. All right, they're trying to make it look like it's just this, but that ain't what it was. You saw the video that I tried to that I tried to get right. Media is lying about it because they know that you're not going to follow or read Portuguese. Now you see the difference between what the media is trying to show you and what it really is, and they won't let me show the video. But you see how large that protest really is. Y'all saw how large that protest really was, right? It was so large that it filled the entire streets all the way up. Oh yeah, Bolsonaro. And remember, they tried to assassinate him before he was elected. Somebody tried to assassinate him before he was elected. Bolsonaro. Hey, look in my don't forget, hey Frankie, look in my description box and email me. My email link is in the description box. All right, hold on for a second.
On to take this line.
Okay. I'm gonna show you something. This is the Brazil protest. Roughly 3 million people 4 days ago. 3 million people. Three million people. All right. So that's what they don't want you to see. There it is right there. 3 million people. If you give me a moment real quick, I'm going to show you what 3 million people look like. And how foolish we look in the United States. All right. In the United States, we don't look too good. Not when Brazil. And remember, Brazil was supposed to have a worse CV rate than us. All right. So this is what it was, right? And it just so happens that when you look at us and them, I'm going to give you two perspectives.
Still protest against COVID-19 vaccinations.
All right. Just one moment. All right. So now I showed you what our media said it was, right? But this is what the Brazilians are saying it is. And this is why we can't believe anything our media says. All right, so this is what it really looks like.
Happening now.
Look at that. Okay? That's what's going on in Brazil. All right, here's the other one. And this one, they are saying no to the juice.
Still protests against COVID-19 vaccinations.
All right. So that's what they're doing in Brazil. That's what's happening in Brazil. I noticed that my computer started acting up when I showed you the truth. So no, they're saying no. The people aren't going to pay attention. And it's 3 million of them that's not going to know. So they're not going to have it. 3 million of them took to the streets. But you know why 3 million of them took to the street? In Colombia, it'd be the same way. Because these are communities. These are communities. We're not a community in the United States. We got a bunch of greedy people. What's up, Full Circle? We got a bunch of greedy people here. This is why we as Afro people don't have a community. Many of the people that come against us in the Afro community for being good men are not white people. Many of the people that come against us are us. It's not white people. The media will do its, it's no job, but basically, we are who we have to watch out for. And look at this. On TikTok, even they're starting to realize it. Brazil is fighting for their freedom. How come we are not? And I'm going to tell you why we don't. Because half the people in the United States are so brain dead that they will stick with the guy they picked. And remember, they are filled with so much H8 for somebody that actually did a good job because the media told them. When you ask them, why do you despise somebody? They don't have an answer. They said just because. They are so in their feelings in this country that they will destroy everybody. Here's the thing. In watching TikTok, I've never seen in my life anybody in my life, racist people or whatever, I've never seen anyone actually wish as a group people who's never done anything to them. I've never seen nobody wish more for the harm and death of others than I've seen other Americans who are VAX, the pro VAX, wish death on the people that did research, read the stuff, and don't trust people that caused a plan that caused this mess, gain of function, and then came up with the solution. Hell to the no. I'm not going to trust that person. All right. Who they trust, I wouldn't put my trust in somebody that throws away the rule of law by using ways to get around the spirit of the law to take away people's freedoms. I don't trust that person, but they do, because they put that person in. And even though they realize it's an effed up situation, that the country is going downhill, they don't care, because they are filled with that much hate. But I've never seen people wish death and sickness upon nurses and doctors and people that last year were frontline heroes. Now got half of the population who are Democrats. Understand this. The half of that's doing this are Democrats that voted for the guy that's in office. They are the ones specifically that wish death and destruction on people that don't follow that guy. Even though the stuff that they got is making them sick and other people sick, even all the information that comes out. I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen that in my life. So, with that said, let me see if I got it. Look like I got an answer. Nope, I didn't get an answer. No. Hold on. I am on my way to Colombia Sunday. I've been packing and preparing, and I had to drive to another city to get some stuff done and take my test before I came there. Okay. So, yeah. So 3 million people, 3 million. Oh, straight up, I got to give some credit to Nicki Minaj. I got to give some straight up. I got it. I can rarely say this about Nicki Minaj, but I guess she's growing up. I guess people, and basically it took somebody close to her to have something happen to them. But yeah, and remember, she's an island girl. So the people on the island, they are more aware than the people here in the United States. All right. So basically, okay, yeah. So yeah, and so I think her 304 days are over as a result of this. This thing is waking people up in the United States, one, as to how really sick a lot of people are in this country, how really wicked they are, and how much they are not for the community, but they're only for themselves and money. They are also now, they have also waken up to how the religious, especially in the Black community, how the church and the pastors will sell people out. All right. You got a bunch of people, artists and stuff, selling people out. Nicki Minaj said it herself. She said there's a lot of artists that know this, that something is wrong here, but they're afraid to say something. Why are they afraid to say something? Because somebody will come to their door? No, they will lose money. People are so enslaved to money or so greedy that even in the midst of watching something take the lives of others, they will not step in and help out or say anything because they want to keep the money they got. They don't want to be a regular person. That's where it is. All right. But anyway, so I'll holler at you all later. I might do one more tomorrow. All right. I'll do one more tomorrow because some other stuff may come up. All right. So I'll do one more tomorrow probably. Or, I mean, yeah, I'll probably try to do one more tomorrow. And I will get back at y'all. When I get to Colombia, follow me on TikTok if you want to know what I'm going to talk about, because it's easier there. I might find a way to get around this hotel stuff. So, yeah, I'll holler at you once I get there. All right. But I might do one more of these tomorrow, or I might upload a video tomorrow. Okay. So thank you all for showing up, watching. Thank you for all the people that's donated. Okay. Remember, look in the description box if you want a copy of that. Let me get the name of it. The patterns of linkage disequilibrium in the human genome. Why they did not want you to really understand how intelligent and how resilient our potential is as Afro men. All right. So with that said, I'm out, and pay attention to the description box, because that YouTube video is there, and listen to those the brothers, our elders. Listen to those brothers as they break it down. All right. So peace, love, and soul. I'm out.